Okay guys, let me tell you something. I have over 7,000 subscribers and every month I try to keep them engaged. I send them news, updates, and things that are actually useful. But for the longest time, I was just sending these emails with just full-on text and no graphics until I discovered Adobe Express. It was hard for me to design graphics beforehand because it just took a lot of time using like Photoshop, and as a small business owner, I already have a lot on my plate, so I wanted something quick and easy, and this is where Adobe Express came in. They literally have templates that are already perfectly sized for me. All I have to do is drop in my photos and my branding and it works perfectly for me. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I design my newsletter header and sections using Adobe Express. And today we're building one around the new Adobe Illustrator updates of 2026. Let's open up Adobe Express and get into it. Okay guys, so I have Adobe Express opened up here, but before we dive into actually creating the graphics, my one tip for you is to have everything already written out for your newsletter. So in my document here, I have my subject line, my header image text, and my newsletter body copy. So what I want to create graphics for is the header image text, what's new in Adobe Illustrator, my favorites from June 2026, and then the images I want to create to break up my newsletter are an image to show off the concept to vector art, an image to show off the rewrite feature, and an image to show up the one-click align features. So these are my top 3 new favorite features for Adobe Illustrator. So to actually go in and find a template for these types of things, all we have to do is we have to go into the search bar at the top and search email header template. You can already see I already have it here because I'm always searching for templates in Adobe Express, and then it'll load all of the things that they have for templates. So I'll click on the top and click on view more, and you can see all the different templates that they have here. So I'm just going to go ahead and select one that I like. Feel free to pick whichever one that you like. There's so many to choose from, but the one I think I'm going to go with is, let me just try to find it really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one, and we're gonna click on customize template. You can also see more like this in case you're like, oh, I like this one. I wanna do something else with this one, or I want something else that's similar to this one. It'll show you similar designs. These actually look very similar to this design. I actually really like all of these. I'm not sure if I wanna change my mind here, but let's see. Let's actually do this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on customize template. Once I picked the one that I like. I have a hard time picking because there's so many good designs in Adobe Express. So there's this design, but remember what I want my header image to look like, or what I want the text to say. If I pull up my document again, let me pull it up. The top should say what's new in Adobe Illustrator, my favorites from June 2026. So I'm just gonna add some text here so that I can remember what I need to write. And we'll just put this off over here, make it small. Let's move it out of the way. So that we need that, but we're just gonna put it to the side. So one thing I wanted to add is, obviously we wanna change all of this because it's already done for us. We want to apply our own branding and our own colors. Before I do that, I'm just gonna update some of this text. I might have to move some things around. Might have to make this part bigger, we'll see. So I wanna write what's new in Adobe Illustrator. We will do this here. And then I'm not even gonna add the text here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the icon. So I'm going to go ahead and click on add content, and we'll select media, upload from device, and I have all my social media icons here, and then we'll place this in here like this. What's new in Adobe Illustrator, like that, and then we'll put like my favorites right here or something. It's really easy just to update all of this, and we'll delete this. We want to write, actually let's put June 2026. And then we'll delete this text, we don't need that. And then we'll center this. So what's new in Adobe Illustrator, my favorites from June 2026. So I already have this, all this designed, ready to go, but let's say, okay, that's great, but it doesn't have my colors, my branding. If you use Adobe Express, you can actually add all of your brand information in this branding section. You can create your own brands, apply logos, colors, fonts. So upload your logos, upload your colors, upload your graphics that you like to use over and over in your brand, and you can access those. So I have a 3ology branding kit here in Adobe Express. I use it all the time. I can actually apply my logo, my colors, my fonts. I have like templates that I like to use a lot, and graphics, my little head. So if I go to colors, I can actually click on my color palette and it'll apply it for me. You can see it just kind of going through it and applying all the colors for me. And then we can go to overview and select our fonts. So for my header font, let's see, we'll go to Theology. I have a bunch of fonts that I like to use, so I'll probably just maybe stick to this one, and we'll reduce the size like this, and then the same thing for this one. And we can adjust like the way everything looks here. So again, we're just playing around with this. I might just delete this and put what's new, put this all together like this. And again, you can feel free to like play around with how everything is. You don't have to stick to the exact layout as the template. I just go in and kind of adjust things as I go. So I might just put this maybe in the middle. And then we're gonna change this font as well, maybe to this little cute text here. And I might just delete this, we'll keep the start and delete this box. And again, changing the font to my branding fonts, my branded Theology fonts that I use all the time. And again, we might just delete some things. You don't have to use the template exactly as it is. The whole point of these templates is to give you a starting point. So I think I like the way this is looking. I'm just gonna reduce the size. And then we'll increase the size here. I might just even delete this and bring this box down and just put my favorites of June 2026. And then we'll bring this nice and big. And again, feel free to adjust the fonts to your liking. I might just go with my regular Poppins font and maybe a bold. And then we could also adjust the line spacing, the letter spacing, like this. I think that looks good. And then also the line height. Let's adjust that as well. On this little guy, I'm trying to figure out where I can put this icon, but that's the whole point of this, for you to kind of play around with the designs. I kind of like it there. And then I might even like bring this out a little bit this way, just to give it some more space. Grab the text, pull it out, decrease this size here, and then pull this to the right. So then we have our little sparkle here, maybe put one here, copy and paste, put them around. So I think that looks good. The only thing is I might change the background color to maybe something a little bit more subtle, maybe that warm color. And I think I like the way this looks. So this could be my header for my emails. So what's new in Adobe Illustrator, my favorites of June 2026. So I'm gonna go ahead and just download it. And you see, this was really easy. I download the PNG. It already has a size ready for me for a cover photo for an email. And then the next graphics that I need to create are like the little graphics that show off all of the features that I want to show off. So if I go back to my notes, I'll open up my document. Let's find it over here. The features that I want to highlight are concept to vector, rewrite, and then one-click align. I have screenshots I've already screenshotted in Adobe Illustrator and I've saved to a folder. So all I have to do is adjust these designs to say these different features. So I want one that says concept to vector, rewrite, and one-click align. So the first one we want to do is concept to vector. So I'm actually going to delete my icon here. You can also, if you're like afraid, if you're like, okay, I don't want to delete this in case I need it again, you can go to these three little dots on the bottom and click on duplicate, and then it'll create a brand new design for you here that you can, it's exactly the same, and you could just edit it once again. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this, and then I want to change this to concept to vector. Just like that. And then we'll make it here, and then we'll delete this text because what I'm going to be including here, the images. So I'll leave this like this for now. We won't mess with it. Get rid of this star, and then let's upload our media. So I want a concept to vector image. I already have this all saved. Let's find concept to vector. Here we go. And then I'll place this in here. Make sure it fits nice and tidy in this box. Just making it nice and center there. I might get rid of this little black box here. So again, you can go in and change things. I'll probably change this background to that off-white we have, like this, and then this text. Maybe we'll make the fill be like a pink or an orange. Let's do orange. So this is the first design I want to show off, the first feature. So you see how easy this is? All I'm doing is just adjusting like the template and uploading my own designs, uploading my graphics, my fonts, my branding, and super easy. So the other thing I want to add to this is I want to add a number. So let's add some text, and I'll put 1. And then I'll bring it on over here. And then this, I might pull this in. We don't really need all this space around, just like that. Pull this to the left. And then we'll put 1 nice and big here. We'll make it nice and big, and then we'll maybe change the color to like pink or blue. I don't know, we'll see. I'm trying to play around with this a little bit. Maybe we'll make it outlined. So I think that looks pretty cool, but I think the inside should be like maybe like the off color pink or pink. Okay, we'll do pink. So this is my first image to break up my email. So another tip for you, in case I didn't say this earlier, is that when you are creating these newsletters, we want to break up all this heavy text with graphics so that people feel engaged and they are looking at something and not just reading a bunch of text. So this is the first one, and I'll click on download and save that as well. And then I'll just duplicate this as well, just in case. So I can go to this left side over here now and click on duplicate. And then I'm going to change everything again. So the second feature I want to show off is, let's pull up my notes again. It is, let's find it. It's the rewrite feature. So now I want to put a rewrite right here. Spelled that wrong. And then I'll bring it down nice and center. And then we could change the colors and stuff. It doesn't have to be the same. We could actually click on our photo and click on replace at the top to easily replace a photo. So I'm going to show off my rewrite feature. I have a bunch of options here. I'll go ahead and click on this one. Let's see how this looks. And then I have to adjust the sizing here. So this one's a little bit bigger. So again, we're going to have to like adjust it as we go. We'll pull this border this way and pull rewrite this way. All right, that looks good. And then I'll click on download. And then the last one we want to do is, again, we'll go ahead and click on duplicate. And this time we're going to do number 3. And going back to our notes, we want to do the align. So this is called the one-click align. One-click align, just like that. And then we want to change the color again. Let's change it up a bit. Maybe we'll do gold or something. And then again, clicking on the image, click on replace with upload. And then I'm just gonna find a one-click align image here. And you see, super fast and easy to do this. And again, this one doesn't need that much space, so I'll pull this box this way. And make this nice and centered. And then we'll click on download. So now I have all of these images for my newsletter that I can just plug and play, which is awesome. So I'll go ahead and actually create my email real quick. Okay, so I have my email here. This is pretty much how I design my emails. I use Mailchimp, but I'll go in here and I can add these things that I already created in Adobe Express. So I'll click on upload, and then we can go to our downloads and plug and play all of these images. So I just decided to speed up this part of the video, but in this section, all I'm doing is uploading all my text and also uploading all of my images to my Mailchimp newsletter. And it makes it really fast and easy for me to do this. This actual video took me about 4 minutes to do, so although I'm speeding this up, it just took me like about 5 minutes to put this all together. And you see, here's my email. It doesn't look, we can click on preview here, and this is my email. And you could see I've broken it up with graphics, and it was super fast to do. I literally just used Adobe Express and plugged in all my information. So what's new in Adobe Illustrator, my favorites of June 2026, and then I have my text, my images. Guys, I didn't spend like hours on this. It probably took me 20 minutes tops, and that's it. It all came out super good. So we can see here even the mobile version came out so good. Everything works really nicely, and my emails look fun and inviting. So that's how I design my newsletter graphics using Adobe Express. Header graphics that pop and section graphics that break things up that make you feel designed. And the whole thing took me about 20 minutes. If you have a newsletter and your emails look like a wall of text right now, this is your sign to change it and try Adobe Express today. The link is in the description below this video. Your subscribers signed up because they like your aesthetic, and your emails should represent that as well. If you want to see more creative ideas like this, subscribe to my channel or check out Threology on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video.